reminisce about some things. I was thinking yesterday and how uh, what it's like and what we have to do up on release. What's up, Spud Will? What's up, Spud Will? Spud Will come to give his. Uh, Look at the camera, Spud Will. Look at the camera. See, old Spud Will come by. You up in this rain, boy. You up in this rain. Uh-huh. Yo, Spud Will come to just pay his respects. But I just was thinking about, some of the things that man, they're trying to drizzle on me or something, on what we have to do when we release, right? I was just talking to a friend of mine. He just walked off, and he was telling me about some things he needed to get, right? And he had been released, but he had been released for a minute now. And I was just thinking when he was telling me of some of the things he need to get on, why you haven't gotten them yet, But I didn't question him about it or nothing like that. I'm just, wondering, it's taking him this long uh, to finally, figure out what he need to do. All right, appreciate you. Uh, but when you get released from prison, right, or you get released from jail or whatever in that nature, and you know you have it's some things that you have to do, right? You need to go and go ahead and take care of that because uh, time don't sit still. Time continue to go on, right? And it's like serving time. When you come out here, and if you're on parole, you still serving time. You still getting lay-ins. What I mean by getting lay-ins is that you still have to go see them people in a monthly time or a weekly time or whatever. But we have to, when we get out, we have to do things in which would enable us to do right or things to be right for us out here, because once we are free, right, it's not like anybody gonna hand us out anything or give us anything. We have to go get it. We can't feel sorry for ourselves if people don't do things for us, you know. Because we in society now. We done already told these what we gonna do when we get out. What we gonna do if we get out. Well, a lot of us done gotten out, right? So, what has been the accomplishment of what you done since you been out? Since some of the things you said that you was gonna do if you had gotten out, because people, yeah, I'm not talking about ex-offenders here. We struggle in some form. We struggle mentally. We struggle to the point where we feel as though everybody owes us. We feel as though that, they should do this, they should do that. Well, they shouldn't. The people shouldn't. The people should do what they said they was going to do. They're going to put a home over your head. They was going to, supply you with the things you need towards as living, right? Because if you didn't have a place to stay, you found someone that said, okay, well, you can live here, or you can come here. Well, if that's the case, that's the support that the person told the parole people that they was gonna do. Well, he's not gonna have to go to a halfway house, or he's not gonna have to go here. Okay, okay. A little typical connection value, but I need to get out here because it's like it's about to try to do a little something. So I don't want to be caught up in this rain. My foot doing a little better today. Maybe to move a little bit better. Still bothering me. Still kind of sore and swole. But what it is, is what it is, and it's what we have to go through when we're going through some type of pain, some type of injury, something that uh, revolves around us going through something. And And I feel as though a lot of people, not just me, we go through some things, right? We go through some things that we feel that's not right. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way because I know uh, that when sickness comes upon us, we have to be endure whatever kind of pain that comes our way. But uh, when you release, when you release, they give you a package. Some of them get Project Rio type packages. They're gonna give you something that can enable you to help you, because they got the workforce and stuff out here. They got, emergency food stamps you can go get. All these types of things that will enable your stay out here a little bit more comfortable if you didn't have it. So yeah, a lot of it is it's upon you to do yourself. You have to get up. You have to go out and research those things that that's good for you, right? Because in prison, right, when we're in prison and before we make parole, there's so much that we can do towards as making it better so that we can have the paperwork or we can have the resources that we can go to while being locked up. Some of us, we don't do that. But when we get out here, all of a sudden, it's like, I got to go get this, I got to go get that. Well, if you'd have done it while you was in prison, then you wouldn't have to be so much like that in a hurry, or you feel like that things ain't right for you because prison, it helps us with things that we need when we get out. And that's just something to know because when we talk to our loved ones on the telephone, you can ask them, okay, did you check this or did you do this? Well, because they know more so better than we know ourselves. They know because the people tell them, and they got like a bulletin board right inside every dorm, every tank, and you can go look up on that bulletin board and see what requires for you that you can utilize when you come home. Because if you know you're about to come home, those are some of the things that you need to do. So you have to get yourself together because if you don't get yourself together, there's nobody else gonna get you together. Neighbors out there. That storm, it really hurted some homes and it didn't hurt all homes. And that's the same way I'm talking about. Yeah, some of the inmates they get out and they do and go to places that helps them, right? Some people say, well, I'm ex-con, I can't get no job. Well, if you're ex-con and can't get no job, that's because you ain't looking hard enough. And most jobs for ex-cons comes from people that know somebody that tells you you can go over there and they'll give you a job. You tell them I sent you. You got some ex-cons don't even want to do that. They don't even want to go do that. So you know, things we have to do when we get out that that enable us to stay free. Because if you find, let's say you find a good job, right, after being released, well, that good jobs give you so much stability that to the point where you don't have to rely on anybody. I know we need vehicles, because a vehicle it takes us to where we need to be, and we don't have to catch the bus. Some of us don't want to catch the bus. I can't catch the bus. I cannot catch the bus, and so with that, I have to have a vehicle, or I have to have access to a vehicle to where uh, I can go where I need to go, because there's not too many places that I can go to. It's not too many jobs that I can work at because of my disability. So with that said, we have to try and do something that's right for us, and not expect somebody to do something for us that we feel they need to do, because nobody has to do anything for us other than what they said they was going to do in that support group. That means, give you a roof over your head, and a way to go and come from work if you get a job. But we have to, uh, as ex-cons, we have to step out there. We have to get out there, because we come. If you left a disaster, or if you left a problem, and you have to come back to that same thing, then to a degree it hinders you if it's not right. If that change, if that part of what took place hasn't changed, then you're going back to the same thing. And chances are, you'll fall back into self. And if you fall back into self, what self got you in the first place. So if you're ex-con and you're watching my video, or you're an individual has somebody that's in my same position towards as being released, it's some good things that done taken place in my life. I'm kind of stable in a sense of towards of doing what's right for myself, and not just so much relying on somebody else to do it for me. I'm thankful, and I'm blessed, right? I'm blessed, and and it amazed me because, like I said, I just talked to this fella, and he telling me what he need to do, and he's been out way before I have gotten out. So why is it that he's in that mode or in that same situation? So you ask yourself that, so you can imagine how his people feel that's been helping him all this time. That support group, and they still helping him because they believe in him, because they love him. Right? We don't give up on one another, and so by not giving up on one another, uh, we still supporting that person. We still there for that person. So the ex-cons, there are some things that we have to do once we're released. And you know what you have to do once you're released. You know what you have to go through once you release. Because once you're released, uh, it starts again. Responsibility. Responsibility comes within your life once again. See, when we was in prison, and if you've been in prison over 4 or 5 years, then you hadn't had no responsibility. The only thing you have been relying on is people to send you money through your commissary, right? But now that you are out here, there's no more sending commissary. It's no more of that. It's now it's what you have to do in order to live out here in society. That means buying groceries. That means uh, helping those who's helping you, and you know they need help. Not lying down all day, every day, and you're not bringing anything into the home front. That means you have to get out and help your loved ones who has been supporting you and helping you. So it's time to turn that table over, right? Uh, there's a lot of things that's going on in my life, but I thank God for the support. Like I said, I have a female lady in my life who is there for me and helping me uh, to support things that I need in order to grow out here in society. But if I allow those who I left and those who I know uh, really truly don't care about me, if and then I be back into self. So I have to focus on what's going on in my life that somebody's trying to make a positive impact on me, and not just so much of a positive impact, but also there to support me in any way. And that's something to be thankful for, right? That's something to be thankful for, because if you don't have that support group, if you don't have uh, the mindset of your own to go out and do uh, what you said you was going to do upon your release, then you'll fall back into self. You'll fall back into self. And self is what got you in the position that you was in the first place. So let's being released, uh, let's go and do what we said we was going to do once we was released, because there's so many people that's counting on you, and you should count on yourself, because you know what you done went through, and you know what it's like to go through it. You experienced it, so you ask yourself, do you want to experience that again? Do you want to go back where people truly doesn't care for you, truly love telling you what to do? Because once we're free, we're out of that locked up zone. We're out of that locked up zone. So if we don't do something to change that locked up zone, then we'll find ourselves back into self. And self is where it took you, where you was doing those things that wasn't right for you. Hey, this is Andre Wade was just released, and I told you, ain't no telling what I might come with, but know this, I'm gonna come with something.